Phoenix is booming, and so is the opportunity to launch a business of your own. But here's the catch. Starting an LLC in Arizona, it sounds simple until paperwork, all the legal landmines, and confusing rules will trip you up. So this video walks you through every step so you don't waste time, money, or your shot at success. And if you skip just one step, your business could be delayed for weeks, and most people don't even know which one it is. So stay tuned here as I go through everything you need to know. Phoenix's population, it continues to climb, now at roughly 1.67 million in the city alone, making it the 5th largest in the US and offering a deep pool of potential customers and partners. The city's affordable cost of living, strong job market, and pro-business climate make Phoenix a prime spot for entrepreneurs. Starting your LLC here means benefiting from big city growth with lower overhead than the other major coastal metros out there. All right, so ready to make your business stand out in a city that's packed with opportunity? Well, the first real step here is picking the right name. So let's go ahead and dive into that. But before we jump in too deep here, here's one thing to keep in mind. So starting your business, it should be exciting, not overwhelming. But forming an LLC on your own, that can get confusing fast, right? With all the legal forms, rules, and easy to miss details. Now, I will walk you through everything in this video, but if any part of this feels too confusing, I've got a favorite LLC formation service that makes the whole process super simple and stress-free. It's guided, beginner-friendly, and it only costs $39. So if you hit any bumps along the way in the video, just go ahead and click right up here to get step-by-step help setting up your LLC the easy way. But now let's go ahead and jump right back into naming your LLC. Now, choosing a name for your Phoenix LLC is a big deal, and Arizona has a few rules that everyone needs to follow. Most importantly, the name has to be unique, not just in Phoenix, but statewide. You can't use a name if another business in Arizona already claims it, even if they're on the other side of the state. You'll need to include limited liability company or an approved abbreviation like LLC in your name. And you don't want to add words that make your company sound like, a government agency. Words like State Department, FBI, or, those are off limits, things like that. And same goes for banking, law, or medical terms, unless you're licensed in those professions. Now, here's where a lot of people slip up. They fall in love with a name idea before actually checking if it's available. And don't skip the name search. So all you have to do is jump over to the Arizona Corporation Commission's online name search tool, which, by the way, is linked below, along with every other resource that I mentioned in this video, and just double check there. If your ideal name isn't available, you'll just need to tweak it. And it's also worth mentioning that you can also reserve your name for 120 days if you're not quite ready to file all the paperwork yet. Now, settling this step now, it keeps you from headaches and costly changes later. Now, next, let's talk about registered agents. So who they are, why they matter in Phoenix, and what most people don't actually realize until it's too late. So here's where a lot of Phoenix business owners, they get tripped up, right? So every LLC in Arizona, you must name a registered agent, also called a statutory agent in the state, with a real Arizona address. This person or company, it gets official documents like lawsuit papers or government notices on behalf of your business. So it's crucial that your agent is reliable and reachable during business hours. Now you have options here. You can serve as your own registered agent if you live in Arizona, but your name and address will be listed on public records, which can lead to unwanted junk spam or privacy headaches, especially in a busy city like Phoenix. Now, some folks, they use a friend or a family member instead, but that's not always ideal either for staying on top of deadlines or keeping your business and personal life separate. That's why so many LLC owners, they prefer professional registered agent services. Now, personally, my preferred provider for this is Northwest Registered Agent. I've used them before, and they're really known for their strong privacy protections, excellent customer support, and straightforward pricing. And if you hire them to help form your LLC, the cost is only $39, which is lower than a lot of competitors. And get this, you can use their business address on your public filings, which keeps your address for your business or your home private and cuts down on spam mail and things like that. Now, if you want to go ahead and check them out, just go ahead and click right up here to learn more. Now, choosing a registered agent carefully, that gives peace of mind, right? It shields your privacy and it keeps your LLC in good standing. But now let's make your Phoenix LLC official by filing those articles of organization, which is up here next. You can think of your articles of organization as your LLC's birth certificate, right? This form, it asks for your LLC's name, your Phoenix business address, your registered agent's info, your management structure, so whether that's member or manager managed, and a business purpose. You'll also need to include a statutory agent acceptance form that's signed by your chosen agent too. And most people file online because it's quicker and tracks your filing status in real time, so it's just easier. The basic state filing fee is $50, or you can pay for a more expedited service if you need it. Just be sure to fill everything out completely and accurately, because even small mistakes here can delay your approval. And once your LLC is approved, you can access stamped copies of your documents through the eCorp portal, which is a step that many first-timers forget, but it's necessary for your official records and opening a business bank account. Now, at this stage, your business is going to be legally recognized in Arizona once it's approved. Now, you might think that you're done, but the next move here is what actually separates a smooth-running business from future headaches. So setting up an operating agreement. So let's cover why this document matters, even in Phoenix, and how to create one without hiring a super expensive lawyer. Now, to be clear, an operating agreement, it isn't required for an LLC in Arizona, but having one is a really smart move, even for single-member businesses. It's what lays out how your Phoenix LLC will actually run, covering everything from ownership stakes and voting rights to procedures for adding new partners or resolving disputes. This document, it gives clarity for situations like splitting profits, handling disagreements, or kind of guiding what happens if someone wants to leave the business or even join it. Now, banks often ask for an operating agreement as well before allowing you to open a business bank account, and having one signals that your business is legitimate and well organized. Now, unless your company structure gets really complex, you may not need a lawyer to draft it either. There are plenty of free templates online and even AI platforms that will really walk you through this process step by step. But thinking ahead here, it prevents headaches down the road, and that will keep your business running smoothly. So that's the key to the whole thing. Okay, so up next here, let's talk about the EIN, which is your Phoenix LLC's ticket to banking, taxes, and hiring people. So think of your EIN, which is short for Employer Identification Number, as the business version of a Social Security number. The best part? Getting one is easy and free. After your LLC is approved, head to the IRS website, fill out the online form, and you'll get your EIN immediately. You can also apply by mail or fax, but online is much faster for most. You'll need your LLC details ready, and only one responsible party can actually apply, so decide who that will be if you've got partners. This number is crucial for all your business records and required for most city licenses and registrations in Phoenix. With your EIN set up, your business is now going to be ready for banking, payroll, and tax filings. So up next, let's tackle Phoenix-specific compliance licenses and the ongoing requirements that most new owners will overlook. After forming your Phoenix LLC, staying compliant is all about following city and state rules. Arizona makes things pretty easy because as of the time of making this video, LLCs do not have to file annual reports, and there's no state franchise tax required, which saves both time and money. Now in Phoenix, and specifically in Maricopa County, most LLCs are exempt from Arizona's publication requirement, so there's really no need to publish your new business in the newspaper unless you relocate your company's official address to a different county. And this perk gives Phoenix LLC owners one less thing to worry about, which is nice. And Phoenix does require most businesses, whether you work from home or lease space, to apply for a city business license. Zoning rules also apply, especially to home-based businesses, so always double check whether your business activities are allowed at your address. Now, if your business involves selling products or taxable services, you'll need to register for a Transaction Privilege Tax License, or TPT license, with the Arizona Department of Revenue. Some industries like food, childcare and trades, they require additional city, county, or state permits as well. So just check with Phoenix and the ADOR for details before opening your doors. Now, taking care of all these details, it'll keep your LLC in good standing, and it prevents costly setbacks. Now, up next here, let's break down all the startup and ongoing costs for running an LLC in Phoenix so that you have no sticker shock along the way. Okay, so initial startup costs. So your first year, so your articles of organization, that's a state fee, $50 one time, and it's required. Next, your name reservation, optional, $10 if you want to hold your LLC name before filing. Then we have your Phoenix business license, that's usually required, $7 to $100. It varies by business type and industry. And then we have Northwest Registered Agent, which is optional but highly recommended. That's $39 for your LLC formation help. And it includes 1 year of registered agent service if you elect to use them. And then we have local permits or special licenses. Those are if needed. That's $0 to $100 depending on your business. So the estimated total startup costs with everything for the first year is probably going to be right around, I'd say $150 to $250 total in most cases. Next here, let's talk about your ongoing costs every year, right? So your registered agent service, assuming you use Northwest, $125 per year after the first year. Then your Phoenix business license renewal, that's again $0 to $100. It just depends on the business type and revenue. Then other local permit renewals, if those are required, again $0 to $100. It just depends. It depends on the situation in your business always. So overall in Phoenix, your ongoing annual cost, maybe $125 to $250 per year, which covers, the registered agent, city license renewals, and any specific industry permits. Those may drive it up a little bit, but right around that level there. Now, again, to help with all of this, I do advise you to use a service like Northwest Registered Agent, which again, you can click right up here to check out, as they'll really help you stay in compliance year after year while you focus on the most important thing, which is running a profitable business. Now, if you have any questions for me or you're a little bit confused about this process, well, good news there, you can drop me a comment below. I actually do look at my comments, and I'll do my absolute best to help you out as soon as possible. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.